The latest, Keys makes it in All-American Women's Final Four. 12:15 p.m. Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal each need a victory to finally meet at the US Open. Juan Martin del Potro stopped them before and has a chance to do it again. Federer faces number 24 seed Del Potro in a matchup of former champions, and the top-seeded Nadal takes on Russian teenager Andrey Rublev on Wednesday in quarterfinal action. It's the sixth time the longtime rivals have been a victory apiece from meeting at the US Open, the only major where they've never played. One of those was in 2009, when Del Potro beat Nadal in the semifinals and then ended Federer's 5-year reign in the final. On the women's side, number 15 Madison Keys and number 20 CoCo Vandeweghe can make it an All-American Final Four, needing victories to join Venus Williams and Sloane in the semifinals. Vandeweghe plays top-seeded Karolina Pliskova. Keys faces 418th-ranked qualifier Kaia Kanepi. 1:15 p.m. CoCo Vandeweghe has taken the first set from number 1 seed Karolina Pliskova in the US Open Women's quarterfinals. The number 20 seed Vandeweghe leads 7-6, 7-4. She is trying to become the third American into the semifinals, following victories Tuesday by number 9 Venus Williams and Sloane Stephens. Pliskova needs to reach the final to retain the number 1 ranking after the Open. 1:55 p.m. CoCo Vandeweghe has become the third American into the US Open Women's semifinals, beating top-seeded Karolina Pliskova 7-6, 4, 6-3. The number 20 seed matched her best result in a Grand Slam tournament, having also reached the Final Four at the Australian Open in January. Number 9 Venus Williams and Sloane Stephens are already into the semifinals, and number 15 Madison Keys could join them Wednesday night. 2:25 p.m. Wimbledon champion Garbiñe Muguruza is assured of moving up to number 1 in the WTA rankings for the first time, despite losing in the US Open's fourth round. Muguruza's rise from number 3 to the top spot, when Monday's rankings are issued, was clinched when current number 1 Karolina Pliskova lost in the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows. Muguruza, a 23-year-old from Spain, is the 24th woman to be at number 1 since the WTA's computerized rankings began in 1975. 4:05 p.m. Rafael Nadal had about as easy a time as possible in the US Open quarterfinals, beating 19-year-old Russian Andrey Rublev 6-1, 6-2, 6-2 in a little more than 1.5 hours to close in on a showdown with Roger Federer. There was no suspense to the number 1 seeded Nadal's matchup with the 53rd-ranked Rublev. Nadal, a 2-time US Open winner, and Federer, a 5-time champion, have never met at Flushing Meadows. Federer can change that by winning his quarterfinal against Juan Martin del Potro later Wednesday. 6:05 p.m. Rafael Nadal knew he would have to talk about Roger Federer the player. But this is no time to talk about Roger Federer the man. So when Nadal was asked during his press conference what he admired most about Federer off the court, he had to draw a line. "I don't want to look like I'm going to be his boyfriend, no," Nadal said to Laughter. "We don't want to talk these kind of things before an important match." The longtime rivals would meet for the first time at the US Open if Federer won his quarterfinal match later Wednesday against 2009 champion Juan Martin del Potro. Nadal did go on to praise Federer as a great ambassador for tennis with good values, adding they've always had a good relationship. 8:30 p.m. Madison Keys has made it an All-American Women's Final Four at the US Open. The number 15 seed beat Kaia Kanepi 6-3, 6-3 to reach the semifinals of a Grand Slam tournament for the second time. She will face number 20 CoCo Vandeweghe on Thursday night in the second semifinal, after 9th-seeded Venus Williams faces unseeded Sloane Stephens. The Americans hadn't had all 4 semifinalists at the US Open since 1981, when Tracy Austin beat Martina Navratilova for the title. Chris Evert and Barbara Potter also made the semifinals. The last time it happened at any Grand Slam tournament was at Wimbledon in 1985, with Navratilova and Evert joined by Zina Garrison and Kathy Rinaldi. The US Open is guaranteed its first All-American final since Serena Williams beat Venus in 2002.